Hi, I just wanted to show everybody how I wash my brushes. Had a lot of people ask how they take care of their brushes. I came across a couple different recipes, and this is one that I tried that I really like. I don't do this particular cleaning every time I wash my brushes. This gives it a good deep cleaning. It also gives it a nice conditioner, and it's really easy to use. So normally I'll wash my brushes with, you can wash your brushes with whatever kind of gentle soap you have, preferably the ones with glycerin or something in it to help it condition your brushes. You just don't want to use, laundry soap, dish soap, any of that crazy stuff because it's too harsh. This is a soap I get from Amy Christensen over at, you see that, magicvalleysoaps.com. This one is called Juicy Fruit. It smells absolutely delicious. I just use it because I like how it smells. You can use anything you like though. You put some of this into something. Here. Okay. So just normally washing your brushes. See, these get stained, especially these green ones. The green paint stains in here pretty good. Doesn't usually come out super easy with regular soap. Let's see if I can turn this so you can see this better. See, I'm just rinsing this here. There you go. And most of this is really all that's going to come off. There's just a slight bit of green left over, all on its own. Let's add a little bit of soap to it. Get a little bit more out. I just used these brushes yesterday. And I rinsed them out really well. I thought I washed them lightly. I didn't wash them too much, but just give it a light brush at the event. Okay, so this one's pretty clean here. Nothing else is coming off onto my skin, but it still has this green in there. So that tells me there's probably still some more paint in there somewhere that can come out. So what I use is this new mix. It's very simple. I just take any kind of shampoo, just whatever shampoo you have. We grabbed Apple Blossom, whatever shampoo from here. This is White Rain. Do not have to have any special kind of shampoo. And then the other half will be olive oil. Yes, cooking olive oil, any kind of olive oil that you find that you have at home. So this is in my mix. It's half and half. And then I just take a paintbrush or anything and just start mixing it. And you'll see it kind of turn almost like a conditioner look here. There it goes. It's almost white now. So now it's nice and mixed. So I'm going to take that same brush. I'm just going to dip it in here. I'm going to swirl it around on my hands. You're going to start to see more and more green paint coming out. I hope you can see this. We thought we got all the paint out, all the green paint, but we did not. Here's more here. Can you see that? Maybe if I turn this light off. There you go. You can see more of the green in here. Let me wash this off. So we think it's clean now. Take another dip. Go back and forth and back and forth. And I'm not sure how well you can see this, but there's still a whole lot of green coming out of there. I do this about, I don't know, about every 4 or 5 times that I wash my brushes. I paint a lot. I paint a lot of kids. I get a lot of faces in these brushes. They just work really well when you use this kind of a cleaner. Here's another one. Mellow Cornell. Looks like it's clean. It's really not. Dip it into my concoction here. I just go back and forth and back and forth, and hopefully you can see this. But there's a lot more green coming out of there. The first time you'll do this with a brush that you have never used this olive oil mix on, you will see chunks, and the actual chunks of green paint coming out. These have been, I've done these several times now. So the ferrule is actually pretty cleaned out. That's a lot of the paint that you're getting out, is the paint that's in the ferrule down in here. And that's what's coming out. The olive oil grabs it. And then the hair shampoo is what cleans it. And since it's hair shampoo, it's made for hair. It's not going to be super harsh on your brushes. I found that I did these on a lot of my brushes several times first time around. And a lot of my brushes actually, I got all the color out of the bristles here. You might not get it all, but you'll probably get a lot of it, if not most. But I just keep going back and forth with the same thing on these brushes until they're all the way, until they stop, until all the color comes back out. Here's another one we put on there. You can see that better. That one might be better on here. But there is a lot, there it goes, so you can see it. There's a lot of green paint coming out of there. And this was already washed, so it was clean with just regular soap. So going back in with the soap conditioner, shampoo and olive oil mix really, really, really gets it clean. You're not using a lot of this mix. You don't need a lot. I wouldn't mix up a bunch in advance. Just mix it up as you need. See, look at that. I cleaned that off and look how much green paint is still coming out of it. Because eventually there's going to leave a small amount of olive oil in your brushes, which is fine for the conditioner. But if you condition these, do this all the time, you'll probably get a little bit of buildup of oil on your brushes, and then it'll make it harder to paint with. Look at, can you see this? This is the third time now we've gone over with the same thing. We've cleaned it. This is the third time, and I'm still getting oodles of green stuff. Isn't that crazy? First time I did that, I was like, holy cow. Let's see if we can get any more out of that one. Yep, sure can. Look at that. This is what, our fourth time now? I can't count. Third, fourth, fifth, fourth. Look at that. Look at all that green that just came out of there. So like I said, the first time you do this, if you've never done it before, it's going to take several coats. Look at this. This is already almost back to its normal color. Just a slight bit of green. This was completely green when I started it. Let me try one more time. Let's see if we can get anything else out of there. And of course, you can see that there's still more green coming out of there. You'll be amazed, your brushes will paint much better if your brushes are getting funky. When you think you've got to throw them out, don't throw them out quite yet. Try this first and see if this will help your brushes come alive a little bit better, because look, we got all the color out of it. This is where I cut my brushes. I cut all my one strokes. I cut them in half this way because it's easier for me to pick up more paint. And it gives me a nice thin line, so I can, it's just a lot easier for one stroke brushing. So don't throw out your brushes before you try this cleaning method. Do it every so often to give it a nice little rejuvenation and get all the yuck out of it. I hope this was helpful. Have a great day. Thanks.